Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video, we'll be talking about Solana NFTs and some unique mints and some of my favorite existing NFTs. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. First things being is Solana's V2. Now this one is crazy. If you actually just like jump into one of the worlds, you can see this is going to be a mint. You can actually like scroll around like the world and stuff and click different planets, but you can actually jump back into the system and you can see the planets that are essentially rotating around. This minting experience is absolutely insane. And would you believe me if I told you like this entire thing has been made by one person? So the marketing, like the creation of the website, the NFT itself, everything is done by one person, and he's learning every single day, making his project better and better. I know like this is kind of like different as far as like NFTs being like, oh, there's a 7,777 amount on this and it's 0.77 as far as like the mint price goes. But honestly, like think of it as like a combination of NFTs, and I just love what they did with this project because it's so ambitious with what it's trying to do, and I think the price is worth it. But just know, like, I'm coming at this from a unique minting aspect, and the fact that this is made by one person, it's absolutely insane, and it's not easy to make stuff like this. And I just wanted to give kudos to Solana's V2 because this has to be one of the craziest experiences as far as like minting goes. Next one is going to be Nobu Ninjas. Now the thing that puts Nobu Ninjas different from everyone else, like they were actually attacked by someone, and that caused their mint to essentially have to go down. And what happened is now Nobu is handling the situation. He's going to be giving anyone who had like a scam NFT some sort of rebate where they get a fully kitted ninja or they get their soul back. What is most important is Nobu is handling this like a gosh darn champion. It is insane, like his resiliency and the fact that he wants to raise his community up and he wants to raise his project to be one of the best still, regardless of what's happened. I think for me, I need to mint this one just to support him and show that in the Solana ecosystem, anything is possible. Only 20 years old and he's doing all these different things. It's just like a really crazy story what he's going through, and I just can't wait to support him. I have a Nobu sensei. I already have a ninja, and I'll probably mint more ninjas because I love you, Nobu. Like, you got this, man. Next one is going to be portals. Now what's unique about portals is they're going to be a launch pad for artists, and what's really nice for this is they also plan to donate to different STEM sort of fields. So they plan to support students and teachers and all sorts of stuff. So it's not just like, oh, this is an art project. Granted, like this is one of the best art projects I've ever seen. The amount of detail, like all the things that you can see within each portal is absolutely insane. There's nothing like this in Solana, but I just love their approach where they want to support artists and they want to help artists become, you know, known in Solana. And this is all thanks to someone known as TitanXBT supporting this project. And if you actually go on the portals website, this was created by Milan and Will. They also made a bot for escrow in their Discord. You can check it out. But this is just so cool. They made a website sort of similar to like Solana's V2, you know, obviously completely different in the way they're showcasing stuff. I feel like this is going to just be a really great art project for the long haul, and no matter what happens, TitanXBT is going to be supporting this project through and through. I feel like this is going to be a long-term project that's going to be existing on the Solana ecosystem for quite a while. So yeah, it's going to be 2.5 souls, 7,777. There's a reason for that number, and there's going to be plenty of giveaways, airdrops, and all sorts of stuff, you know, handed to users. So it's going to be one of like the best projects as far as like long-term support goes. Next one is going to be Skull Division. Now shout out to Dolly Commas. He's making this project, and the reason why I love this is because it's going to be our first sort of stackable or like NFT that brings other NFTs together. So you are going to be able to have like multiple collections that will be able to tie to a skull, and when it's tied to a skull, you will essentially get rewards for it. And I think that's really cool. The smart contracts are essentially written for this project to do that, and they've been in the works, you know, talking to different projects. We don't know who's going to be like the NFT collections that are going to be working with the skulls, but just know it's some of the top NFTs in the Solana ecosystem. Dolly is part of Monkey DAO. I'm sure individual as far as like information goes and who's going to be working with him, but let's just say Dolly's a great dude. There's going to be some great stuff happening in Skull Division. I highly recommend people to get ready for November 11th, 2021. That is going to be the mint time frame, and it's only going to be one soul, and I think it's going to be a deal for one of the most unique NFT utilities where you can essentially stack different NFTs together to obtain rewards. And next thing is going to be Goblin Laboratory. Now this is probably the one that's going to knock it out of the park as far as like unique mints and unique NFTs. You can see right here, like I've shown it before, but if you haven't seen it, they are assembling the scene for the NFT. And the reason why this is so special is it's going to be our first scene configurable NFT, and anyone can change the way the NFT looks. Like it does not have to look this way. And what's important to note is that you're going to be getting like this brain, right? And this brain sort of holds like like a bunch of different attributes, and you can make the attributes appear on the scene differently. The person who's created this, Gossip Goblin, he's been creating NFTs on ETH as well. So it's not his first rodeo as far as like releasing art goes, and the lore for Goblin Laboratory is absolutely insane. So expect big things from this project. They plan to have the utility day one, similar to Skull Divisions, in case you guys are wondering, with like that stackable aspect. But just note, Goblin Laboratory, this is probably like the best one to mint in my opinion, like as far as like they're going to deliver. October 27th is going to be the date. And of course, none of the NFTs that I talked about is financial advice. I'm just talking about the fact that I think each of these projects are cool, and I've spoken to some capacity with at least all of them, and I've interacted with Solans at best, and that guy's just a great dude for making this project all on his own. But Goblin Labs, insane project. I think it's going to do well. This is probably a must mint in my opinion. It's going to be hard to mint as well, but you know, good luck to everyone. They even hired like an infosec person to make sure that, you know, their mint isn't going to be hacked or anything. So they take this very seriously as far as security is going to be. So I expect this one to hopefully be one of the better mint processes as well. They're just trying to do everything that they can to make sure that this project goes into the right hands. Let's go ahead and talk about existing NFTs, the ones that I love the most, and that's going to be something like Grim Syndicate. Now, some of you might be wondering what's so special about Grim Syndicate. You can see they're working with Gamut right here, Rebecca. They're making a trading card game, and if you just jump on the landing page for the Grim Syndicate website, you can see there's going to be the Lurkers of Abyss. They're going to be releasing demons to any Grim holders, and if you're wondering how they look like, they look jaw-droppingly amazing. I cannot wait to get one of these dudes. I currently have 7 Grims. I think I need to get 2 more so I can get some more demons. I cannot wait for these guys to essentially release, and it's going to be amazing. Now, it's not like just the airdrop that I'm excited for. The community, the Grim Syndicate, overall people behind them like Justin Mizell, they have some of like the most wholesome things that they release as far as tweets goes, and not to mention people are creating apps for this. Like you can create like your own badge depending on what numbered NFT that you have. So let's do this, badges in process, and now we get this Reaper agent right here. That one looks absolutely insane. And then with this one, you can generate your own Grim banner. I think it looks pretty cool. All you have to do is like place the images and stuff, and then this, you can turn any of Grims into a chicken. I love it. You can turn any of your Grims into a punk. I love it. The community is making this. The devs in Grim Syndicate are not making all like these different tools for badges and customizations and banners, and I just think that's amazing that the community is taking the effort to support the project that they're essentially holding, because no one asked for that, and I think it's one of the best things, coupled with the fact that the Grim Syndicate community is so wholesome. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for the demons to release, and I can't wait for what else the community is going to put out for the Grim Syndicate peoples. Next thing is going to be Stylish Studs. Now, what's really cool about them is that they have made this game known as photo finish horse racing, and they have decades of experience making games like throughout their entire lifetimes across all the different devs, and they are probably going to be one of the first ones to create a game, if not the first one. Listened in on like their interview, I've asked questions. This team is just rock solid, and they're going to be delivering roadmap items hopefully soon. There is going to be a hint on Twitter, you know, get ready for tomorrow, and maybe we'll get some news on the fine fillies, maybe some news on the breeding, but the photo finish game release is TBD. But just note, they already have the website up, and it's going to have real money racing, genetic based breeding, verifiable NFT ownership, play to earn marketplace, and spectator wagering. So this is going to be insane for anyone who holds a Stylish Stud and a fine filly. That's how you're going to be able to breed. In my opinion, this is going to be a game, no matter whether it's this year or next year. They have already made games, so their track record pristine at this point. And if you actually go down to like the bottom of their site, see copyrights reserved to the Third Time Incorporation. You can see here on the Google Play Store, Third Time Incorporation, so, or Third Time Inc. I think it just is amazing that they're making a game, and I'm really bullish on this one. Those are the 2 existing NFTs that I'm super bullish on, just Stylish Studs and Grim Syndicate. Grim Syndicate mostly for the community and the airdrops and like all their different collaborations and the positivity that they radiate. I love Solans, but the fact that the single developer is creating all of these cool things, like it's insane how much they're doing by themselves. And then not to mention Nobu Ninjas, his resiliency is honestly awe-inspiring and just so courageous. Shout out to you, Nobu. You deserve like all the love. And as far as portals goes, Titan, Milan, Will, you guys are amazing for creating this project, not to mention the artist who actually created the art. I cannot wait to mint one of these. I'm just so excited. Shout out to Dolly for making Skull Division, bringing NFTs together with one single NFT. I just think that's amazing. I can't wait to mint this one. And then of course Goblin Labs, it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be one of the best NFTs. Built-in utility, it's unstoppable. Like you cannot deny that NFTs with utility from day one, those are going to blow everything out of the water, regardless regardless, because people want to do stuff with their NFTs. And then as far as like the markets goes, Sol is pumping like crazy, so NFTs is going to be difficult to sell them. I am just telling you, just hold on to your NFTs, try not to mint anything if you can, and just save until the fact that Sol is going to be dropping in price or consolidating, and then all of the NFTs will rise in price. Because what's happening is people are staring at the actual token, they're not staring at NFTs. If you're wondering, will people buy NFTs? It's on Coinbase, it's on FTX. Like, mainstream adoption is coming. They're running ads on this stuff like crazy. It's gonna be going public very soon. So anyone who owns an NFT right now, you are so insanely early. Just hold on to your stuff. Do not paper hand anything. That's how you make real gains, is just by holding on to projects that you actually believe in. If you hold anything like within like the top 20, I would say you're pretty good depending on what it is. I'm not trying to rag on any projects, but there's a lot of good stuff out there. And then you can also look at Solana Floor in case you're wondering about like actual metrics on like how much is listed. And Solstead's amazing, Playground Waves amazing. A lot of like the projects on Solana Floor are pretty like pristine, and I can't wait to like see what happens in the next bull run. And as far as like everything goes, like I have my notes here. I really enjoyed the talk with Mills and Monty with Narfs. That was a really amazing talk because we got to see an actual developer to talk about NFTs. And his biggest thing was have like utility, have something that you can actually use your NFT for. Because if everything's just going to be art and PFP, yeah, that's cool. But you know, we need utility. We need something to build on top of the Solana ecosystem. And the more folks sort of learn and expand the Solana ecosystem, or just ecosystems in general, the better off we are as like people who hold crypto and everything. But yeah, that's like everything as far as markets and the different NFTs that I'm looking forward to, or the ones I'm holding. I just can't wait for like things to get better. I know it's not great, but if you're holding, you're winning in my opinion. All right, at least holding like some of the best projects. Anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day, and see you guys in the next one.